Widely known as a political outsider, Emmanuel Macron wins France's presidential election in a landslide victory. The emergence of the country's youngest elected president ushers in a new era in the game of traditional politics. That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Emana Amawe. Well, just yesterday, President Muhammadu Buhari, before he went up to London for a medical follow-up, met with the 82 freed Chibok girls, the girls that were released from Boko Haram captivity. The second batch of girls, actually, the first batch, the 21 girls had initially been released about 6 months ago. So many reactions have been following the release of the girls. The girls were released in exchange for some Boko Haram leaders. One of the reactions is coming from the caretaker committee of the People's Democratic Party, the Senator Ahmed McAfee caretaker committee. That PDP faction says the release of the 82 Chibok girls is a welcome development. The capture and detention of these girls by Boko Haram terrorists in the last 3 years has brought extreme pain and suffering, not only to their families, but to the people of this country and men of women and goodwill all over the world. They actually, however, say that the great concern is the price paid to secure the terrorists, the girls from the grip of the terrorists. The PDP says, that faction of the PDP says, the federal government did not do well in exchanging 82 girls for suspected terrorists, in as much as it's a welcome development. The federal government actually reacted to that. The federal government condemned that faction of the PDP's reaction to the release of the 82 girls. The federal government, in a statement, says that the PDP's comments are indecent, inhuman, and ill-timed. And the process, concerning the process that led to the release of the 82 Chibok girls on Wednesday, the Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, said it is a patently insensitive way to describe the release, the federal government's technique of ensuring that the release of those girls saw the light of day. On the other hand, the Senator Alima the Sheriff faction of the PDP has commended the federal government for the release of the 82 Chibok girls. They describe it as a welcome development. The national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Alima the Sheriff, says the decision to swap some Boko Haram prisoners for the 82 girls is welcome. He was speaking through his deputy in Abuja, Mr. Cairo Ojubo. The PDP says the negotiation is indeed a good thing, and he urges federal government to deepen the swap arrangement and free the remaining girls that are still in captivity. Well, indeed, 82 girls out of the clutches of Boko Haram is a welcome development indeed. Now to our main topic for the day, the French election and the emergence of Emmanuel Macron, the youngest French president to be elected. Is a welcome development indeed. While Mr. Macron emerged, he's a centrist, a liberal centrist. He formed his own political party last year. Most people describe him as a political outsider. He won in a landslide victory, polling 66.1% of the total votes cast against his opponent, Marine Le Pen, who polled 33.9% of the votes. Well, the question is his win the beginning of a new era of traditional politics? And generally, how will this affect the outlook of the game across the globe? Well, straight to the point, to shed some light on some of these questions, as a professor of international law and jurisprudence, Professor Akin Yebode. Thank you for joining us on the program.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Well, Emmanuel Macron is a new French president. A total departure from what France has known, apart from the fact that he's the youngest man to be elected Initially, when he got into the game, most people did not have faith in him, but along the line we saw the permutations change and lean towards his direction. What does his victory, what does he mean for the game of politics actually in the world?
Well, as far as France itself is concerned, it was a vote of confidence in the future of France. You know, the opposition led by Marine Le Pen wanted a Frexit to follow on the Brexit in Britain. But you had Macron really rooting very hard for Europe. And so for me, it's a massive defeat of forces that wanted France to exit the European Union. And you could see the trend coming from the elections in the Netherlands, in Austria, and I'm sure by the time the German elections occur, definitely there's a strong wicket for the Chancellor, Angela Merkel. So that's in terms of France. But outside of France, I think the man who lost most is one Donald J. Trump, who is a fluke president of the United States of America, but who now believed that his victory in America was going to spin off elsewhere. You know, Marine Le Pen went to meet Donald Trump, but the French are more sophisticated, I take it, than the Americans, and they decided to put their money where their mouth was. So that's in terms of, say, United States of America. In terms of Africa, well, we don't have